Hi, Heather and Hannah, thank you so much for agreeing to do this mini interview on Zoom. I really appreciate it. It's really nice for the church family to catch up and hear other people's news. Most people will know that Heather and Hannah are both primary school teachers, so the last few months have been quite different for them. Heather, tell us what's been hard about the last few months for you?
Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, it all happened so quickly, and we had to react really quickly from going from teaching the children in person to setting work and marking work online. And for those that know me know that I'm not very technically minded. So that was a really steep learning curve to begin with. I'm also used to working as part of a team, and having to work from home on my own was really challenging at times, but most of all, just missing that contact with the children. We spend a lot of time with the children, and that's really why we teach, and all of a sudden that's just gone.
Thank you. So yeah, a number of things that have been really, really difficult for you. Have you actually been face to face with the kids at all?
No, my year group was one of the ones which didn't get back, so I've been in contact with by email, and I've been able to talk to a lot of the children by phone. And we've done Zoom meetings for them, but we've not actually had any face-to-face contact, which has been really hard.
Thanks, Heather. Hannah, what have you found hard about the last few months?
Yeah, similar to Heather, it's missing the children and missing my colleagues. It made me appreciate them. I was at home for 12 weeks and then I went into school for 2 weeks, and it made me appreciate how much I like being with the children and I like seeing my colleagues. But what was quite hard going back into work after 12 weeks is, you know, the anticipation of going back into the building and seeing people. It made me appreciate how hard it's going to be for the children when they come back and they've been off 6 months. You know, it's going to be a really big step for them coming back in September, because I found it hard having had 12 weeks away from being with them. But it was so nice to be back there for those 2 weeks I went in. It made me appreciate how I do like being with the children and my colleagues.
That's really good. I hadn't really thought about that actually, that if you're a child, 6 months is a huge amount of time, isn't it? You've both had quite a lot of time teaching, so, and presumably all the uncertainties about how the kind of the safety is going to be worked out in September is also quite a big unknown, isn't it? So yeah, yes. What's been good? It's not all been horrendous, has it? What's been good, Heather? What have you appreciated?
So from a personal point of view, I've been teaching for a long time, and it's both physically and mentally exhausting. So it's been really lovely to have a bit of time to step back a little bit and to reevaluate the job and to have a bit of time to rest and recover. And it's made me sort of re-question my role at work, and has led to me making some alterations for that for the coming year. So stepping back from some parts of my job so that I can be more involved with teaching the children in the classroom. It's also, once you got used to teaching online, it's been good to think about things more imaginatively and creatively. So trying to make the work as interesting and exciting for the children as you could, and having the time to do that and to really research what you're teaching. I've been teaching a new year group this year, so I've had time to really research the different topics and the themes which we've been sending out, which normally you wouldn't get so much time to do that. And then just having the opportunity to read the emails that the children have been sending and to see the lovely work that they've been doing at home. And parents have done an amazing job of supporting their children, and we've had some lovely things being sent in, artwork and pieces of writing. The children were writing letters to their heroes, which was really moving, and some funny things as well. One of the children made me my very own personal exercise DVD, which I used to do every day of the holidays. So that was great.
Oh, that's really sweet, Heather. What age group do you teach, Heather?
So I'm teaching year 2s, the 6 and 7-year-olds, so they haven't had the opportunity to be back in school.
No. Oh, thank you. And Hannah, what have you appreciated about the last few months?
Yeah, so my working day reduced in time. So normally I would be out of the house from sort of 7:30 in the morning till 6 at night. So I sort of
You're a deputy, aren't you?
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, I'm deputy head, yeah. So I still try to sort of give myself a working day, but I'd maybe work from 9 till 4 every day. So that gave me a lot more time. So I was able to go out and exercise, and I was able to go and enjoy the garden and a lot more time with the family. So when we initially locked down, there were 5 of us in the house, and I could spend time with them because I was at home more, and I really appreciated that. Yeah. So that was
And you
good.
look really well.
Yeah,
Having had a
thank you.
long period of ill health, it's so great to see you so well.
Yeah. And because I had more time, like Heather, I did quite a lot of online learning, which you just don't have time for in the normal school life. So to be able to have that chance to catch up on some learning online was great. So I did about 5-6 courses and learnt a lot. So that was a good opportunity.
Good. Oh, that's encouraging. Thank you. Heather, what do you think? Is there any particular thing that you think the Lord might be speaking to you about, or that you've been learning through this time, as far as your faith is concerned?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, I was really challenged and encouraged by the verse in Isaiah 41 verse 10, which says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you with my righteous right hand." And I think one of the downsides of being a teacher is that we're often very prone to worry about getting the children to the expected level, worrying about the possibility of Ofsted, just worrying about caring for the children and their well-being. And this time over the last few months has been really, uncertain. Teachers like a plan, and all of a sudden the plan was gone. So lots of challenges which can cause me to be quite anxious, and I believe that God's been teaching me that rather than worrying and looking at the circumstances, to fix my eyes on him, to trust him, and not to be so anxious and not to worry so much, that he has got it all under control. And all I need to do is to keep trusting him, and he will strengthen me and help me with the challenges that lie ahead.
Thank you, Heather, with his righteous right hand. Thank you, Heather. Hannah, is there anything you think the Lord's been speaking to you about?
Yeah, I mean, we've had lots of plans that have not gone ahead as we'd hoped. So, plans to see family, plans to celebrate birthdays together, plans to go on holiday. So it's made me really think about the fact that we can make plans, but we just don't know what's around the corner. And I think we have to hold really lightly to some of these earthly things. I mean, it's the same. I think God's also been teaching me about to reevaluate what's important in life, and having possessions and things. It's nice. It makes life easier, but it's just stuff, and it's just not important. So it's made me really reevaluate what really is important, what's got eternal consequence and what hasn't. One of the verses that you actually gave me a few years ago and laminated for me, which I keep on my bedside, is Psalm 16 verse 8. "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken." And that's been such a good reminder. I mean, for 3 years, I've been looking at that as a really big reminder that's where my eyes should be, and that's the important place.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Really appreciate that. And I'm sure people really enjoy watching this. Thanks a lot. Bye.